Hello, this is Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. In the stream, I'm going to be doing my event week stream for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And this will actually be the last one for this DLC, because on the 12th, of course, the Diamond Casino Heist DLC is coming out, which is quite nice. Still gotta make a video about that, of course. And some random asshole will probably fucking dislike it just because people are cunts in this fucking world. So, yeah. Because someone fucking disliked my fucking Moonshiner one. Apparently. The common complaint I get is my fucking voice, but do people really expect that to change? Like, just because they don't like a fucking voice means they get to dislike it? Like, man, people fucking put voiceover content itself, which is quite pathetic. Got a few comments like that, so just people fucking prioritize voiceover content just really need to die. Let's be real. And if it's about the length, I like going in details on things, and I should be able to. Like the length of something should not affect what someone thinks about something either. Which people would actually dislike over the content itself, never about someone's like voice or how long something is, or some stupid thing like that. I want to give a message to people at the beginning when I do my video on the Diamond Casino Heist. See if I piss more people off. Because I don't really care how much dislikes things get. I see them all as illegitimate to begin with. Yeah, I see the dislikes as illegitimate if they complain about voice or length. Like, if someone's actually want to dislike, it would be nice if they would be, like, give, like, some constructive criticism, not some fucking low-life shit. Huh. Yeah, I got the clothing unlocked, the puff from the Lucky Wheel, so that's quite nice. So, podium vehicle for this week is the Vapid Blast GT. Obviously, we're done with the actual vehicles and update, because the Peyote Gaster was the last one. But yeah, there's a very interesting text message going in the game, of course, right now, saying we don't blame you, revenge will be so we, Chang Family Holdings. Since I was pretty busy yesterday, I didn't really get to make a video on this. It was going to be a pretty small video, just going over the things that was teasing the update. Though I also kind of didn't want to do it because I pretty much knew that they were going to release details on it tomorrow, so I didn't entirely see the point of it when they were probably going to do something the day after, which they did. Because this was on Wednesday, I believe this started happening the day before. But yeah, the we don't blame you part, I believe that references how, like, the one Texan person actually got hold of the casino at the end of the story missions. And that wasn't necessarily the fault of the GT Online protagonists. That was just basically how it went, of course. Like, you didn't actually, like, intend for the Texan person at the end own the casino. I think the main antagonist, of course, was the kind of person we killed at the end, of course, but there was that, like, other Texan person that got the casino at the end, who also, like, fired Vincent and whatnot. Which, to be honest, I don't really care that he fired Vincent. He didn't seem to do all that well, in my opinion. But still, it makes me curious if Vincent's gonna have some kind of part in this fucking heist. That'd be quite funny, to be fucking honest. Revenge will be sweet, of course. Me and he'll have revenge against the casino, of course, for the fact that the Texan now owns it. That one Texan, not the one that was killed at, like, the way end or whatever. And then, obviously, Chang Family Holdings, because it's from them. Which I don't know why they would reveal themselves if they're using an unknown number anyways, but whatever. I mean, they could have went away with the third line on there, but it's whatever. So yeah, they'll be getting their revenge in some way through the heist. I'm pretty curious though how it's gonna work, cause in the single player, you were assigned to kill like the uncle or whatever, which I believe the uncle did not make an appearance. That person that like other unknown contact that would text, that's not the uncle or that person you kill in the third way, from what I've heard. It's actually not that person. So obviously since he died in the third way, that was actually canon. However, Tao Chang was an optional kill apparently. So apparently in the canon of the game, he apparently doesn't die. I don't know why you wouldn't choose to kill Tao as well. But oh well, the timeline's pretty fucked anyways, even before this update came out. But now it's way more fucked since this last update came out, I feel. And again, it was just a gold medal objective, so actually it wasn't technically canon. So I can see why I guess that Tao Chang managed to still be alive. Yeah, I'll try and show a little bit more, since I might just skip out on that stuff when I go over the video. I'll probably just purely focus on the news wire.
Okay, time for another dare.
Yeah, that's the biggest hint I would say that something's kind of going on. Yeah, there's Joker mask for this week's rotation of casino clothing. I wonder if there's going to be new casino clothing with the next update. I would think so, but if it's not focused on the casino itself and it's focused on like doing a heist on it instead, I don't know if that would really make sense. So I might show a little tiny bit more. I might show off the casino store here.
Besides, Barb would never thank you for any of this fancy doohickey.
Okay, time for the next question in the groom room. We asked Jason, where was your first kiss? At the mall?
But yeah, even though there's obviously not stars for any of this stuff, they do weekly rotate, so I just want to show off like which ones are here and which ones aren't. That's why I scroll through these. And because it's been happening so much, of course, I just kind of just skim through them now. That was all the stuff at the casino store. I actually think I forgot to go into the Flash GT, which should be on Legendary, I believe. And of course, it's a little bit of a preview for some of the discounts right now, including 2 Twitch Prime discounts. Oh yeah, Flash GT is right here. And it's from the SA Super Sports Series update, which is like early 2018, I believe it was. Obviously, it's a 2-seater vehicle. Pretty sure it's in the sports class, of course. However, if you were to classify it in like a side category, it would kind of be categorized as like a rally car. So that doesn't really mean very much for a lap time. So I'm pretty sure because it's kind of a rally kind of vehicle, it's not going to be very good in lap time. Probably the same thing for top speed as well, so you're probably only going to want it for the customizations if you're going to buy it for some reason for a regular price. Or if you win it from the casino podium, do know it's probably not going to do you very well for lap time or top speed. Main thing about it's going to be the customizations, which just like with a couple to a few of the podium vehicles they did, they're nice enough to include a livery with it if you just want to keep the livery. Or of course you can change it. Yeah, I'll go in my bullet resistant outfit here because it fits with the upcoming DLC, which will be the Diamond Casino Heist DLC. I think it's called the Diamond Casino Heist officially. So it'll save me a couple characters, I guess, for every single one of my titles, which is kind of nice. But yeah, you can go up to Agatha Baker's area over here, and you can see a couple different things that apparently were not in it before. I think from what I recall from Ted's 2 on Twitter, he said there's like 3 things that were added. I'll go over the main couple right now. Apparently it is Simmons' like blueprint thing over here. That's apparently something that was added. And I think that gray thing as well with the Simmons safe on it. I believe that's also new. And obviously those are some pretty weird... A blueprint of the safe would be a kind of weird thing for like the person who runs the casino to have on their desk, so... Does that mean Agatha Baker is going to be involved in some way? That would be interesting if she's actually involved in the heist itself, and not just for protecting the casino.
What changes you're asking? Yeah, I know. What was the point?
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped the casino heist is actually happening now. I hope it's pretty similar to San Andreas, though at the same time I also kind of hope they have new elements in it as well.
I suspect he's sitting at home.
Like, I would love for the return, though, Leviathan, since the Leviathan was a pretty, like, crucial vehicle when it came to the heist. With the Leviathan, it was like the one time with the Leviathan you actually used, like, a magnet on it. So it'd be cool if you have the Leviathan, they add that to the game, and they have, like, some magnet to it. Though at that rate, they might as well fucking just let the Skylift be purchasable and you be able to actually like customize it and store it and whatnot. Either way, I would love if the Skylift can somehow return as like a purchasable vehicle. It's kind of already a big step in the right direction, I feel, having the Skylift as a vehicle you can use in one of like casino free mode work missions. So I would definitely like to see the Skylift and Slash Ord return to Leviathan from San Andreas. Pretty cool looking helicopter in my opinion, for sure. It's kind of like a 3D universe Cargo Bob in a sense, because the Cargo Bob itself in San Andreas didn't have a like winch in that game. That's a new feature with this game, of course. So Leviathan was kind of like the Cargo Bob of San Andreas, kind of. Just for the particular mission, though. Besides for that, it was basically a normal helicopter.
Aside from losing Vincent and our Chinese friends, it's almost like nothing's changed.
And then also there's kind of this work schedule here. I think Test 2, he mentioned there was 3 new things. However, I think I saw in a reply to someone, he said the work schedule was there before, but there is interesting mentions of like security, like a security schedule. Oh wow, I actually got that there. Wow, it's pretty hard to get. It's pretty hard to get past this couch, I think. I kind of need to try to do that again so I can kind of get a screenshot of it if I want to go over it on my video. Which, like I mentioned earlier, but some asshole will fucking dislike it for some stupid reason, like they don't like my voice or they don't like the length, so be it. Like, I can cover what I want however long I want to, and my voice is my voice and it's not necessarily gonna ever fucking change, so just grow up and fucking deal with it. Like, sometimes it's worse than other times. Yeah, I get it, but not all the fucking time. Whatever, just a bunch of haters trying to fucking bring someone down that's trying to be fucking successful and just trying to share information. So I don't even see any of the dislikes as legitimate. They're just fucking dumb fucking nitpicks that should not be the priority when it comes to watching someone's content. It should be the content itself, not voice or length or anything along the lines.
It's LJT.
Yeah, LGT, if you are secretly Lester, then you're gonna have a big role again finally, so that's quite nice. Yeah, I'll get out of here for a moment so I can show off the time trial, the premium race, and time trial, premium race, and RC Bandito time trial. Which, speaking of the RC Bandito time trials, I need to get caught up on my guides of that, but with all these upcoming DLCs and me wanting to make money and stuff, obviously, it might not be so easy to do. Oh yeah, by the way, last moment before the event week ended, I bought myself a Silvestra. So I think that's like the final vehicle on Legendary Motorsport I needed, that has like the machine gun option on it. That's quite nice. I should just turn to Motorcycle Club. And that's where I went first person, because that's basically the most efficient way to go into the casino. Because going first person actually allows you to move a little bit faster. So that was my purpose of going in first person. Well, not only that, but also to focus on a couple new additions to the, like, office, of course. By the way, I feel like the time trial and like couple like different like looks on the fucking office or whatever for Agatha Baker. I didn't feel those were noteworthy enough to call it a stream by week whatever editions like I usually do, so I just called it an event week stream. But anyways, premium race. Might be the second one of like 3 different premium races this week. I believe they do like 3 different ones in an event week. One like on Thursday, which would be a continuation of the one before. Then there's a couple different ones for a couple days after. Yeah, right now it's Congestion Charge, which is a premium race for the super class. And then a time trial is Galileo something, I believe. Galileo Park is the new time trial. Keep in mind, it's like the second of 10 new regular time trials, so even with the new Heist DLC, the Diamond Casino Heist DLC, they want to continue doing these new time trials. So I believe they confirmed on their first newswire about it last event week. Nah, there's going to be 10 new time trials. This is 2 of 10. And then RC Bandito time trial. Where would that be? I have a lot of markers on my map. Because my free mode co-op mission, content part, that will be coming out at one point. Vespucci Beach is apparently the RC Bandito time trial. So that's the 2 time trials right now on the premium race. So now I think I really only got the discounts and stuff to cover. And also kind of going a little more specifics for the double money right now. Not that, this.
The only true art
Yeah,
is
every
making
single
right
normal
now,
stunt
right?
race is double money RP. So when I put stunt races, I didn't mean every single stunt race. By every single type, I mean just the ones that have normal stunt in front of them. For those who might be confused. And obviously that's kind of on the news wire. Because I am doing this on a Friday again, because my Thursday was kind of busy. Thankfully, my last busy Tuesday for a while should hopefully be next week. Or Thursday, I mean. If I said Tuesday. As far as I remember, at least. I don't remember if any of my spring semester classes that I chose have a Tuesday or Thursday date. But yeah, I'll come to the customization options on 40% discount. So liveries are 40% off, so if you want a podium vehicle and you want to switch your livery, that's quite nice, because then you can change it for 40% or 50% off, of course, if you're Torch Prime. Brakes and handling, engine upgrades, turbo transmission, and suspension are also 40% off. Even though between all of those, the suspension isn't normally even that much anyways, as far as I know. Alright, so yeah, all I have left is vehicle discounts to cover. So there seems to be 10 regular discounts and 2 Twitch Prime discounts. And they're all vehicle discounts, there's no property discounts for this week. And also, of course, they did a shitty event week for the week before the update drops, and they did the, like, best event week, like, the week before the last event week, before the next DLC, if that makes sense. Okay, there's nothing on the Arena War site on discount. There is something for Benny's, but the only thing might be a vehicle, like, upgrade discount. Which I would say is better, because the normal vehicles themselves aren't really that worthy of the discount. Well, certain ones, yeah, but it's definitely the best case scenario. If at minimum, at least, the upgrade prices are discounted. Alright, yeah, there's only a single discount on this website. And it's the NIS LOG Retro Custom, which I have on my message as Spectator. But yeah, do I recommend upgrading it? Well, if you have a social club, it will be free. Which most people should have a social club, I would imagine, in this game. But trust me, there's people who don't. For some reason. But yeah, if you have a social club, it's free. However, I believe when they released the OG Retro Custom, they released a normal RH8 for people who don't have a social club. But in that case, I believe it's $100,000, which isn't really that much to get in the gate if you're not a social club person. But yeah, upgrading the LG Retro Custom, I believe for everyone costs the same. But do know when you customize to the LG Retro Custom, when you upgrade it, you won't do so good in sport car races. I forget, but I think it still classifies as a sports car when you upgrade it. If not, then it gets pushed into Sports Classic, which in that case, it's not number 1 from what I remember. So yeah, you're actually going to downgrade the speed when you turn into an LG Retro Custom. obviously reason for that is because it turns into an older version, so definitely keep that in mind. If you're going to upgrade to a retro custom, you're going to lose out on performance,
Hey,
I believe, for both
Ryan.
lap time and top speed. But regardless, the customizations are just insane, I'm pretty sure. So if you want the customizations and a more like old school elegy, then definitely go for it. Especially with 35 or 45% off if you're Twitch Prime. Alright, there's enough being on Elitist. So that goes to Legendary then, which both Twitch Prime discounts are on this site, by the way. So the Trifade Thrax. Trifade Thrax is 25% off, which makes it the least discounted discount on this website, or 35% off for Twitch Prime. Now, from what I've personally heard, it's pretty good in lap time, at least, but not too sure on top speed. But one time I had some random viewers say that Frax is trash, so I don't know if the person was saying that because of their personal opinion in terms of like looks or something, or what, but in my personal opinion, from what I've heard, I think I heard it was good, though it's not like way top tier from what I've heard. Necessarily, especially with additions that came out after it through drip feed.
Helena, too. Long time. What's going on?
But still, if you've been wanting one, of course, since I would say it was one of the most like hyped vehicles of the update, I would definitely say go for it if you want it, or in fact you might want to wait till the next DLC, because obviously with it, if it's going to be discounted in the not current DLC, because it's going to be in the DLC like before the upcoming one that comes out in 6 days, they'll probably start discounting it like they do like normal supercars, maybe, since it's not going to be part of the current DLC. I would also say that advice goes for the S80RR, by the way. And by the way, the capacity on the S80RR is apparently glitched right now. It says it's a 2-seater, but apparently it is indeed a 1-seater, which is actually pretty unique. I think it makes it the only 1-seater supercar in the game right now. So I would definitely hope they expand on 1-seater supercars, of course, with the next DLC. But if not that, then eventually. Because man, I want the Lamborghini Egoista or whatever in the game, which it's basically like a Lamborghini that's like a fighter jet in terms of its like design, which is pretty cool. In real life, I heard you have to like take the wheel off every time you get in the car or something as well. So yeah, for a 1-seater supercar, I would really like a Lamborghini Egoista in the game. That would be quite cool. That's kind of off topic there. But yeah, I think I've heard pretty good about this vehicle for lap time and top speed as well, which I'm not shocked on, because I feel when you put more seats on a vehicle, like, it kind of makes sense for it to go slower, but because it's a 1-seater, I believe it kind of makes it go faster. It would probably be better in the Frax, I think, for at least top speed, I would think. Maybe lap time and top speed. But yeah, that's it for that one. And for Twitch Prime users like myself, the Benefactor Login GT is 80% off. So instead of being like 1.3 mil or something like that, it's like 260,000, of course. Quite a significant decrease in price. It's over $1 million off. So I would definitely consider going for it. Obviously, with the huge discounts, they might not ever come back as such huge discounts ever again, of course, so definitely take advantage of them. And I'm going to recommend both of them, kind of, and I'll explain why. Starting off with the Schlagen GT, It's one of those rare vehicles that do not have advanced handling flags. A lot of the vehicles that they release, starting with the San Andreas Super Sport series, they've started like doing these things called advanced handling flags. And for some reason, they really like make vehicles like bouncy in certain cases and whatnot, which I'll go in more details on that one with the Itali GTO, because it's kind of a big victim of the handling flags. However, apparently handling flags were slightly changed with the casino update, which I'll be getting into with the Itali GTO. But it's one of those rare circumstances where it does not have advanced handling flags. You're actually getting the true handling of the Schlagen GT. Since, believe it or not, a lot of these vehicles, because of the advanced handling flags, you're not necessarily getting the true experience. And if they didn't have those handling flags, they would probably perform better. So yeah, for a reason they didn't mess up the vehicle with advanced handling flags, I would say definitely go for the Schlagen GT. And then the Itali GTO. First cool thing about the Itali GTO is it's actually a retro vehicle from the original Grand Theft Auto. From the, of course, Grand Theft Auto 1 from like 1997 or whatever. Whatever year it was. So, of course, it's from the original Grand Theft Auto. I don't think it's came back since then. I'm not too sure. But yeah. Now, if this was Arena War we were talking about, I would definitely not recommend the Itali GTO, because I remember watching Ruffy and he was saying it was like the most bouncy vehicle with the advanced handling flags, so it was a vehicle that was like the most screwed over with the advanced handling flags. But I believe I watched him retest the Itali GTO as part of the Casino DLC. And the Casino DLC, with the changes in the advanced handling flags, I believe it's no longer as bouncy. It's probably still bouncy to some degree, I would think, but nowhere near as bad as it was when it came out with the Arena War DLC, or even throughout the whole DLC. Because of changes with the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC, when he retested it, I believe it was second place for lap time in terms of sports class vehicles. I forget what the number one was. It was probably it's probably the Pariah that was number one, which has been overpowered for a while, I think. But yeah, I forget if there's anything that has beaten the Pariah with this update, but if not, then this might still be like top 2 to top 3. And even if it's not, it might still be top 5, or even top 10, which is pretty good still. So I would definitely consider going for it, actually. If you don't mind it possibly being pretty bouncy, but at least, like I said, it won't be as bad as it was when it first came out, or even throughout the whole Arena War DLC. But yeah, especially getting it 80% off. But especially getting it at an 80% off discount for Twitch Prime, go for it for sure. If you have the money to spend. Obviously, you'll probably want to save up for the update coming out. But if you got money to spare, like 400,000 at least to get it stock and make sure you get it on the discount price, because obviously not all the modifications for it have 80% off, then at least buy it stock for this week. I recommend at most. But yeah, the Vapid GB200. It's basically another rally sports car that came out in the San Andreas Super Sport Series update, whatever the fuck. It's basically another one of his vehicles, but it was like the one right before the Flash GT. So it's another rally-like sports car. I mean, it's probably not going to be very great for a lap time or top speed. Because when they put like rally cars in the game, because they intermix them in the sports class, apparently it doesn't make them as good, from my understanding, as like actual sport cars. So with them being like rally cars, it kind of sacrifices the handling of it for lap time and like top speed and stuff, from my understanding. So really, if anything, it's going to be the customization department where the Vapid GB200 will be good at. So aside for the Twitch Prime and Frax, I think I went over every discount, like, percentage-wise. SADRR is actually 35% off, I think I forgot to mention that. So Twitch Prime is actually 45% off for SADRR, whereas the Frax is 25 or 35% off over your Twitch Prime or not. And then those two are 80%. Vapid GB200 is 40% off though. So it's one of the better vehicle discounts in terms of percentage, or it's half off if you're Twitch Prime. But yeah, like I said, because it's a rally car, it sacrifices the lap time and top speed department from my understanding, and it's basically best at customization. So I wouldn't really recommend that one too much. Unless you like it a lot, which is personal preference, of course. That's why I don't really go into it too much. I will say it has great customization or not so good customization if I remember. But because most of someone's opinion on a civilian vehicle would be personal preference, I try not to go into too much details on these. The weaponized stuff I do though, however, because they're simply useful for the game. But anyways, onto the Progen GP1. It's a 40% to 50% off discount whether your Twitch Prime or not. And I believe it might be like the only supercar from the coming Stunt special vehicle circuit DLC, which I believe was early 2017. Pretty sure it was, because Import Export was in late 2016. But yeah, from what I heard from its initial release, the GP1 wasn't a very good... Yeah, I heard that the GP1 wasn't a very good supercar, like, ever. Like, it's not as bad as, like, the Taipon, for example, which is, like, second worst since it's, like, released, even though it's a pretty recent-ish supercar compared to something like the original, like, Infernus, or, like, the Adder, or whatnot. Yeah, it might be like average in the superclass, at least for a lap time. So honestly, its performance probably isn't good for a lap or top speed. If anything, it's probably customization it's going to be really good at. So I really wouldn't recommend it too much if you're trying to make like money with it for like races or something. And then the Emperor ETR1. Of course, that's a supercar from Cunning Stunt DLC. Has a couple livery options. The Cunning Stunt vehicles, I believe they have like 2 livery choices compared to like 10 or so like newer ones have, by the way. But yeah, I think the ETR1, if anything, it might be average to above average. If I were to take a guess, of course, but I don't remember this one all that well, so I'm not too sure. Now that I think about it though, one of the spoiler options might like break off or something. I don't know if that's like a feature with it or not, but yeah, one of the spoilers might not be very good to choose, but I'm not too sure which one. But regardless, the RE7B is basically better than the ETR1 from what I recall. So I would recommend the RE7B over the ETR1. I would say they're kind of similar since they came out around the same time. But yeah, the ETR one is 40% off or 50% off of Twitch Prime. And RE7B, that's 35 or 45% off whether you have Twitch Prime or not. And Hijack Chameleon's not actually on discount, that's just a glitched discount. Since basically any vehicles that are free are like glitched discounts. Since this update came out, which hopefully they'll fix with the next update, and which comes out in 6 days. Yeah, next is Warstock, which only has one option, and I'm going to make sure that everything else was on previous websites or not. Alright, no, there's a couple on Southern San Andreas. But yeah, probably the most interesting discount for this event week for vehicles that will actually help you make money, in my opinion, because I wouldn't really bother with races, because you never know when you're going to be first place and when you're not, of course. But yeah, the Rocket Voltic, I believe it's 35% off. Oh yeah, 35% off or 45% off with Twitch Prime, because certain vehicles, of course, I was able to invest as spectator. But yeah, the Rocket Voltic, should you get it, in my opinion, I would say yes and no. It's not going to do you very well for making money, aside for its exclusive Velocity VIP work, but purely because it gives you access to a VIP work, I would say yes, it's worth getting one. Even if you only bother with the Rocket Voltic with the Velocity VIP work. Like, yeah, you won't get to... Though do know, of course, with the special vehicle work, just like pretty much any other special vehicle one, you don't get to use your custom one. It gives you like a stock version. And actually, it's also good for Rocket Voltic. Yeah, it's also good for Rocket. It's also good for Rocket Voltic special vehicle races. So it actually has its own set of races, which it's good at as well for Rockstar created. So you'll of course get an advantage compared to other people if you have a custom version. So yeah, it's definitely good for making money for the Velocity VIP work. It's actually one of the best VIP works, I would say, for money for the import-export ones that are tied to the special vehicles. And yeah, aside from that, it pretty much just gives you an advantage for the special vehicle races, specifically for Rocket Voltic for Rockstar created. And possibly ones, of course, that are custom created, but I really don't count those because I focus on content made by Rockstar when I talk about them, of course. And then the Buzzard's not actually on discount, it's a visual glitch. Kraken's not actually on discount, it's just visual glitch. So, last two discounts, I believe, are on Southern San Andreas. So, starting off, we have the Hot Ring Saber, which is half off for Twitch Prime or 40% off for those who don't have Twitch Prime. So, Hot Ring Saber, of course, is a retro vehicle from like Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, and San Andreas. So it's a retro vehicle from those games, which is quite nice. It's named differently than those ones though, so maybe not entirely, but somewhat at least. It's a retro vehicle from Vice City and San Andreas, maybe some of the other 3D Universe games. And then It's a pretty minimalistic vehicle in my opinion though, because obviously if you see on this picture it doesn't have like headlights and stuff. So if you kind of like that kind of stuff, it's kind of bare bones sadly, in terms of like its front and back. However, it has tons of livery options. I believe it's one of the vehicles, if not like the vehicle with the most livery options in the game. And also the cool thing about those is you actually unlock them by doing more Hot Ring Saber races. But yeah, sadly Rocket Voltic and Hot Ring Saber races, even though their vehicles are on discount, they're not double money. Which I think they should have given more variety with that. They should have did Hot Ring Saber and Rocket Voltic races 2 times money RP. Simply because their vehicles are discounted, it would have made sense. So yeah, it has tons of great livery options. It's basically the best thing it will do for you. And I'm not too sure on its performance. I think it's a sports car it counts as. But honestly, according to the looks of it, I would not think it's very good. So if anything, it's going to do best in the... If anything, it's going to do best in the customization department. At least when it comes to liveries. Aside from liveries, I can't think of anything aside from liveries it's good at for customization though. So you have tons of livery options to choose from if you get the Hot Ring Saber. So if you love that kind of stuff, go for it. I would say if you have the money to spare. But obviously, save your money. If you don't have a lot of money, is my recommendation. Since the next update's coming out in 6 days, and there's going to be another property you seemingly need to buy to start the heist. And then the Obey Omnis. Obey Omnis is actually on discount, by the way. Only reason it's a glitch discount for me is because of the Criminal Enterprise starter pack, hence the $. Which the starter pack makes it free for me. But yeah, it's 40% off or half off for those on Twitch Prime if you don't have the starter pack. So if you've ever considered getting the Criminal Enterprise starter pack, you'll probably want to do that instead, in my opinion, because you'll get other stuff for free as well. Such as like the zombie chopper and stuff like that, you can get free. So honestly, I would kind of just recommend getting the starter pack if you're considering getting an Omnis, since you'll get other vehicles you probably wouldn't have got otherwise for free. But yeah, I recall the customizations on it being really good. However, like I said with other rally vehicles, because it's a rally vehicle, it probably sucks for lap time and top speed. Especially since so many other DLCs have came out since. So yeah, if you really want, if you really like customization on vehicles, definitely go for it. But if you're going for ones that are good in like performance and stuff, you probably won't want to get it. And like I said, you can just get it for free if you decide to get the Criminal Enterprise starter pack. So just do that instead, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that was it for discounts. Yes, that was it for discounts. So I covered everything there basically needs to know about for this event week, of course. Obviously, it's a very lackluster one. I think the reason being, of course, is because it's the last event week before the update comes out. So yeah, it's the last event week before the Down Casino Heist DLC comes out. So obviously they have discounts on there if you want to spend money and whatnot. In the case of the Rocket Voltic, they might have done that one just so people spend money. Honestly, aside from Rocket Voltic, I personally don't really think there's one that's all that worth getting for this event week. Maybe the Hot Ring Saber. Yeah, maybe the Hot Ring Saber would be good to get as well if you don't have one of those. It's only like 400k though for the stock price. So yeah, Rocket Voltic and the Hot Ring Saber feature-wise, I feel are definitely the best to go for. But number one priority, just save your money for the next update, because you'll probably regret not doing that. So yeah, that's finally gonna be it for the stream. Later today, I'll probably come out with my like typical like news video that I do, where I go over the newswire and like some kind of hidden feature things and some like and some thoughts and whatnot, thoughts on what I think, and also stuff that I hope happens for the update. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed, and some random asshole will probably just like that video when I do it. Just saying that right now, I'm pretty sure.